Abotai, we left off on the laws of tying, page 71. Bechor. And we spoke about that if a person bought new shoes, Bechor John, a person bought new shoes, Menashe, you with us? And they are tied.
Okay.
And they are tied already for a long time. We learned that in order for you to allow yourself to untie something on Shabbat, you need to have two conditions fulfilled. What are the two conditions? You want to record? One is has to be short term, which is less than a week. Another one, it has to be bechor, not professional, not.
Yes.
No amugan. So now it says, what if a person tied something for more than a week, for half a year already? Can you open it or no?
Yes.
For 6 months it was closed. It was tied.
What was kavanah when it's tied?
Kavanah was to make the shoes,
Sell it.
tie it, put it on the for sale, and people should buy it right away. That's the kavanah. He doesn't want people to keep it tied in his store for long term. So he wishes that people would buy it within 7 days. So when he tied the two shoes together, his intention was not that it will be a long term, not, rather it should be short term knot. And this knot is not a professional knot. And because two full conditions fulfilled, it's not a professional and it's not long term. Thoughts, kavanaivo, not for long term. What if he end up selling it for 6 months later? He didn't sell it right away. Can you untie it on Shabbat or no?
Yes.
Very good. This was Bechor yesterday for you. Now what if Bechor is Avel? Bechor Yitzchakov is Avel.
Yeah.
1 year for his father. Comes Rosh Hashanah in 3 months. Can Bechor buy a new suit for Rosh Hashanah second night or no? Because Bechorins have a minhag not to wear new suit during the whole year. But here, is this allowed or no, Bechor?
Можно, но не нужно.
Why?
No, respect.
So we said, if it's done for sake of a mitzvah,
Yes.
even Bechor that is available within a year for his father, is allowed to buy the new suit and wear it on the second night of Rosh Hashanah, even according to the Bukhari minhag.
Oh,
Oh, David, Zohar, Bishop.
Go buy or you have it?
Nice.
Even if you go buy.
Sure.
Yeah, for second night of Rosh Hashanah, you're
Famous
supposed to
guy.
have a new suit.
wow.
Igor, in the microwave there is
Amen.
food over there. In this microwave here. If you can bring it to them.
David, вот так. John, no.
But hold on a second. Let's say you have a suit.
You already have a suit?
Not new, but a good suit you have. Few 5 suits you have.
So for the second night of Rosh Hashanah, Yaakov, for the second night of Rosh Hashanah, Yaakov, for the second night of Rosh Hashanah, buy yourself something new. Either a new shirt, either a new suit,
This must be
either a
shit.
new hat.
Why for second day?
Because the second night of Rosh Hashanah, we have a debate. Is this considered to be
Бухарака, вы отвлекаете всех. Я извиняюсь.
if you're going to be Koinov? There is debate whether or not should you say Shechianu on the second night or no of Rosh Hashanah.
Second day Shechianu or no?
Second night Kiddush, Rosh Hashanah. Gavali Shechianu or no? Machlok. In order to come out of the machloket, out of the argument, says Rav Ovadia Yosef, buy yourself a new suit
And say Shechianu to
and
shoot.
say Shechianu when you wear it.
Just because of that.
Right. So this is what you wear it for the first time on second night of Rosh Hashanah. And that when you say Shechianu on the wearing, have in mind for the Kiddush.
That's nice sweater.
Like this, you cover all opinions.
Yeah.
And the day of Yom Adin, you want to cover all opinions or no? The day of judgment, you want to cover all opinions, or you want to be maybe going to make it through the court, maybe not? What do you want to be? So even Bechor Yitzchakov, that he is available within the first year of his father, he should buy himself a new garment, new talit katan made out of wool, or a new suit, or a new shirt, expensive,
He need new hat.
or a new hat, maybe Bechor is going to buy. that he's happy with. And he's going to say, Shehechayanu on this because he's not doing it for his pleasure. Why is he buying it for?
For kavod of holiday.
For the holiday, for sake of a
Just
mitzvah.
say Shechianu.
To say Shehechayanu.
Можно сказать шехияну?
Yeah. Bottom line we say, yeah. It's machloket, but bottom line we say.
А я тогда шляпу куплю.
Okay. Very good. Number 5. Who's going to read? Igor, you can read. There is a pamphlet there. Menashe, you can read also.
Знаете, мою первую шляпу кое мне подарили?
Из возле тенец.
שהכל ברשות מוריי ורבותיי.
Shamayim!
We are in page 71, main one you open. Number 5. ברוך אתה אדוני אלוהינו מלך העולם שהכל נהיה בדברו. Enjoy the chicken, Rabotai. Right now is Rosh Chodesh mitzvah to eat miri. Today I eat miri. In honor of Rosh Chodesh. Where do we know there is a mitzvah to enjoy Seudah of Rosh Chodesh Bechor? You know where? Where do we know it from?
Shaul.
Very Who did Shaul invited?
Давид המלך.
Very good.
Ну, туда-сюда ходит, а остается в голове.
Да. Bechor is very, very serious, Habibi.
Расскажите историю, мы тоже будем знать.
Yeah, he made a party on Rosh Chodesh and he invited David HaMelech to play the instruments for him to make everybody happy on Rosh Chodesh.
Shaul?
Yeah. So Gemara learns out from here there is that when a person comes to Rosh Chodesh, there's a mitzvah to make a meal on Rosh Chodesh. נטילת ידיים, המוציא לחם מן הארץ, יעלה ויעבוד ברכת המזון, with music and happiness.
Yeah, or Joseph Chai does all the time.
Yeah, everybody have to do that, not only all this of high. That's the source that we're doing it. Okay, number 5. Is there a difference between untying a necktie knot on Shabbat and opening it? Is there a difference tying it or opening it? So says Avadia, number 5 answer. How about Igor?
In Tractate Shabbat 48a, it is stated that one may untie a necktie knot on Shabbat, but not open it.
Not this, it's Hak. It's not it. Give him a pamphlet. Page 71 of Rabbi Ovadia Yosef pages, not of the pamphlet pages. Okay? And Rabbi Yehuda says in the name of Rav that
Who opens a necktie knot on Shabbat is liable for a sin offering.
necktie knot, no, a knot means tie, yeah? On Shabbat is liable for a sin offering.
What does that mean? Untie but not open. Isn't that the same thing?
No, if you tear it, I should write tear it. One who opens a necktie knot on Shabbat is liable. Here's untying it. One may untie necktie knot on Shabbat, but not open it. Yeah, I'll read to you the Hebrew one. '71. And that's, by the way, Rabotai, Bechor, whenever you have these opportunities of holidays, Shabbat, Rosh Chodesh, that's the time you're supposed to celebrate. Sometimes people say, Rabbi, it's hard for us that we only celebrate things on Shabbat, like the celebration of Judaism on Shabbat, and we cannot do anything.
Yeah.
We cannot take pictures, we cannot travel to friends, we cannot go to families, it's hard.
Yeah.
So then what? Then it's okay. I drive to my families for a celebration, Rabbi. What? It's okay. Why is he feels the needs to make Halel Shabbat driving to relatives? He's not working. He's driving to relatives on Shabbat. Why is he doing it? Because he never satiated that need when he was in a kosher way. When is it the kosher time to satiate that need? Satiate. Насытиться. The need. Нужда человека. Человек есть нужда кайфовать. When should he satiate that need? Whenever there is proper times for that. For example, Rosh Chodesh. Go enjoy. Make shashlik, make music, go to friends, bring friends. Take pictures, take whatever, videos, dance, make music, make everything.
Следующий Рош Ходеш мы у вас в газе сидим.
Here, Koinov. This way you're making the meal in a kosher way, and you satiated your desires. And the come Shabbat, you don't have a desire, let me mechalel Shabbat and drive. You already had. I already drove to Long Island to my friends on Rosh Chodesh, on Chol HaMoed, whenever there was kosher times to do so. And you might. Ayat Sarah, what does he do? Chol HaMoed people say, Rabbi, I gotta work. He goes to work, what can I do? And then whenever he's supposed to keep the mitzvot, Shabbat, Yom Tov, Rabbi, so what can I do? That's the only time I'm available. And then he travels to his relatives, Long Island, other places on Shabbat, claiming, Chkunam, Rabbi, I gotta see my cousin, I gotta see my brother, I want my children to know they have brother, sister, son over there. They justify their mistake. But if they would be putting the priorities the right way, then they will not make mistakes to justify them after. Pamidet Koinot.
Your father's name is Ephraim? No?
Okay. הפותח בית הסוהר בשבת, חייב חטאת. So, like we said, a person is allowed to untie the necklace, the neck necklace, how do you call this? The neck tie that they used to have.
Choker.
Yes.
Now, Bechor bought a new suit. Second day of Rosh Hashanah, finally he listened to the rabbi. He didn't go with his Torah, he followed the right Torah. And he bought himself a new suit Rosh Hashanah. The knots over here in the pockets are closed. Can Bechor open them on Shabbat, on Rosh Hashanah? He wants to open those pockets.
No.
Why is it not allowed, Bechor?
Fixing this, ripping this, that, whatever, like working.
But we said something that it is
building.
If question to you, Bechor, I have two shoes that I have plastic thing connecting them.
Yeah.
I got them delivery on Shabbat or before Shabbat. I never opened them.
Yeah.
Can I open them on Shabbat?
Yes.
Why?
Because this one you use, open it to use. It's temporary, was tight.
Whenever they attached it, we attach it for temporary time.
Yes. This one's professional.
This one, why? Why is it temporary? Maybe it was sitting on a warehouse for 2 years already.
Machshavot was make it to sell.
Very good. To sell it now.
Yeah, right now.
And people will
Cash.
buy it. And
Credit card.
people will buy it and detach the plastic thing right away.
Yes.
If so, this suit.
So this is also Machshava to people
Проснулся, Baruch Hashem.
through this condition.
Baruch Hashem, проснулся. If so, why I cannot open the pockets of the new suit on Shabbat?
Fixing.
No, that's not the answer, Bechor.
What is
That's
that?
not the answer. It was also temporary. Whenever the guy stitched it, what is his intention?
Final touch.
That it should be for short time.
No.
So why I cannot open it?
It's not for short time.
It's for short time.
You're making a vessel.
Even the pockets?
Да.
Making a vessel.
No, he's saying that after a long time, it's still closed by him. Okay, but that's not normal. Everybody open it.
No, вот он сидит тоже на току.
No, he's open. Everybody open. Bechor. Why?
But у меня тоже некоторые few костюмы I have зашиты. Просто I never put nothing inside. Вообще мне сказали, это плохо, когда зашитый. Как бы бараха не заходит или как.
This I don't know how many.
It's not-
This things I didn't see. So Bechor, opening it, the problem will not be the problem of untying, because it's short term. And what's the problem? As Meir said correctly, final touch. Makeh bepatish. You're not allowed to finalize a vessel, an object that was not usable, and on Shabbat you made it for the first time, usable. I told you, Bechor, when I just moved to Queens, I needed Chazon Ovadia. One guy, I said in the shiur, I wish to get Chazon Ovadia. Just came out, talking about many years ago, 13 years ago maybe. It just came out. I said in shiur, wow, those new books of Rav Ovadia Yosef came out, I wish to have them. It was maybe Wednesday, Thursday. Somebody comes Friday morning, box, knocking on my door. Rabbi, this is for your gift. So what is this? The Chazon Ovadia, you asked in the shiur? I brought Matana, I want to have Zechut. Hi, God bless you. Bechor, listen what happened. This day, I put it in my shelf in the house. Friday, 10:30, maybe 11 o'clock at night, I hear knocking. Nobody ever knocked in my doors. Apartment, 6th floor, I used to live. He came, I opened the door. Who I see? This guy.
Sorry,
Say, "Ah."
wrong delivery.
I don't no return policy. So, tells me, Rabbi, listen, I have a problem. He says, my wife suddenly got her period. What's the problem? He says, whenever she usually tells me before, I prepare a bed to sleep over there, separate bed. At these times, Beyanachos, it suddenly came. So what do you question? He said, I ordered before Shabbat, I ordered air mattress. Air
Надувной матрас.
mattress. Brand new in the box.
Google Translate.
Can I open it on Shabbat?
Нужно надувать надо.
Надувать надо, конечно.
No problem.
Can I open it on Shabbat?
Yes.
Чтобы надуть или что? Вот
Yeah, to use it. He has nowhere to sleep.
How are you gonna pump it up?
Мудар.
He says, I usually always prepare myself. This time, I forgot. And I said, I don't want this old mattress. This one is, because in an apartment, everything takes space. So he says, this one is air mattress. Somebody told me this is good. Whenever you don't need it, you make a small box. It takes less space. I just got it. The old mattress I already threw that I used to sleep over there during the prohibited time. What do I do? Can I open it or no? So I told him, listen, now I have Chazon Ovadia. Let me check. I opened Chazon Ovadia. Rabbi Yosef writes, some rabbi said it's not allowed. Why? Because this is the first time that is going to be used. You open the box. It was not flated or inflated. How do you call it? Huh? Inflated before ever. So if you're taking out of the box and you're right now inflating it, naduvai shivo, you are making a vessel on Shabbat. It's called final touch on Shabbat. That's one of the 39 laws that we're not allowed on Shabbat. Is not to cook, is not to cut, is not to write. Is also final touch. Not allowed to do. Makeh bepatish. Rabbi Yosef says, but I allow it. How you allow it? He says in the factories, they are checking them, they're inflating them already. Because a lot of people complain about problems with their holes that they have, and then they return and they waste money. They manufacture them, ship them, and then they pay for the shipping bag, and then the company doesn't make money. So they said next time, whenever we're shipping, before we test it. Right now, there is a line that have to test it. Before they ship it, they inflate it, they make sure, check it, there's no holes, they take out the air and put it in your box. I tell the guy, this Chazon Ovadia you just brought in this morning was usable for you in the evening.
That's crazy.
And it was allowed. So what do we see? This pocket, was it used?
Он тащил на 6-й этаж учебник.
Да. This pocket, was it used before ever, that suit was ever used? That pocket was ever used when it's stitched?
No.
Eh? Whenever you are opening it on Shabbat, it's being used for the first time. For the first time, it's a problem of Makeh bepatish, final touch. Remember this before? Very good.
Is it a problem ripping in general or is it a problem?
Problem of what? Ripping what? On Shabbat? Problem, we just said. Because of final touch.
No, other than final touch. Just in general, the problem's ripped.
On Shabbat? No, it's a problem of ripping. Why? What's the problem? Problem of unstitching? That we're going to learn that that's temporary. Temporary unstitching is not a problem to untie it. Like the tying laws. The problem, second problem is you making right now, by unstitching it, you made right now usable pocket. Before the pocket was closed, it was not usable. So you made a final touch, Makeh bepatish on Shabbat. And that's what the problem is. And therefore it's not allowed to open this pocket on Shabbat.
What about the stitches on the side vents?
This one is debatable. Some allow it because they say people wear it like that. Some people, in fact, purposely don't take them away to present like they have a new suit. You know? Takai mode is. People dress up with suits and they never open the sides over here. Bechor, why they don't open it? Because it looks new. I'm not talking about the pockets. Talking about the corners in the back. Они защиты так оставляют. The corners in the back.
Зачем они так делают?
Style. It's new.
No, but wrong. Еще там, когда вот такие эти, это вообще для меня кажется, like,
So это кажется для вас так. Back in the day, ripped clothes was, what is this? Today people buy extra money for ripped clothes.
да. Он
I
наоборот,
told you, Kabbalistically, it's not good to do that at all. To have ripped clothes.
but у него two corner, да, если это зашито, two corner получается.
Yeah.
He's allowed, technically.
No, he wants to open it right now. So Rav Yosef says something that would not be usable without you fixing it would not be, then you're not allowed to fix it. But something is usable, then I'm enhancing it. Enhancing it, there is room to be lenient. Enhancing it. Okay, very good. Let's go number 6. Number 6. Yeah, we did 6. Okay, read number 7.
So,
Yeah.
is it permissible to untie a knot or a non-permanent seam with a knife? Some say it is permissible to untie a knot for a non-permanent seam since there is no sewing involved. Mishnah Berurah is stringent not to untie it with a knife unless it is made to be untied on that same day of laundering. Shulchan Aruch Harav permits it at any time.
Yeah, explain it. Tell, explain Bechor. No. Huh? Read again. It's very simple.
Some say it is permissible to untie a knot or non-permanent seam.
What is seam? Stitches.
I think, yeah. It's like, since there is no sewing involved. And the Mishnah Berurah is stringent not to untie it with a knife unless it is made to be untied on that same day of laundering. But the Shulchan Aruch Harav permits it at any time.
So it's clear now?
The Mishnah Berurah only says you can only do it when you're...
Don't do it with a knife. That it was made. Yeah? But Shulchan Aruch Harav says it's permitted at any time.
With a knife?
You know, yeah.
So the Mishnah Berurah says you cannot use a knife unless you're laundering.
No, unless it's done for the same day. You're supposed to do it for the same day.
What does that mean, Sam?
The day they tied it, like laundry, they laundry it. That day, they finish the laundry, they hang it. That same day, you take a knife and you open it. Now, what if I'm gonna open it in a week from now? No, that's already too long.
Double knot or single?
No knots,
Oh,
stitches. Mishnah Berurah says if it was already used once, then it's no problem to. If the person stitched it again, second time, you opening it on Shabbat with a knife, no problem. Because it's temporary. What is temporary means? 24 hours. From the time they made it, 24 hours you open it. What if you want to open it after 3-4 days it was tied together? Then it's a problem, says the Mishnah Berurah, with a knife. You can tear it, not with a knife. Yeah?
what's wrong with the knife?
But the Shulchan Aruch Harav it says no, since temporary is up to 7 days. Or even at any time. Because what was the mahshaba of the guy that stitched it? The clothes we're talking about, the laundry that they used to do back in the day. What did they do it for? Tomorrow you pick it up and you open it. You're not going to keep it like this for a long time. It's like the shoes. That the guy made the shoes and he tied it together. What's the reason? What is his intentions to tie it for? How long?
Sell fast.
To sell fast. So people buy it and open it. Same thing over here. He laundered it, give it to you. What's the reason he did that? So you take it and you wear it fast. Back in the day, Rabotai, there is no plenty of clothes. Today we have 20, 30 clothes in the closets. Ben Ish Chai writes a person's supposed to have 3 clothes. At least. He said people should have 3. It was hard to have 1 or 2. He said, keep 3. 1 for Shabbat, 1 for Yom Tov, 1 for Rosh Chodesh. Huh?
What about regular days?
And sorry, and the 4th one for regular day. I'm sorry, forget. 4th one for the regular days, Bechor. 4 clothes you're supposed to have in your... 4 clothes during your life. How many clothes do you have in the closet, Bechor?
The Shemur,
Yeah, מה שמור דם?
72 skirts. 72.
So back in the day, a person would stitch the garment and give it to the client. For how long the client is going to keep it stitched? He has nothing else to wear. 1 or 2 clothes he has. For sure he's going to open it very soon. That's what Shulchan Aruch says. When the guy stitched it, his mind was that it will be temporary. Even though the guy that bought it, the client, he opened it after a week, after 2 weeks. He says the intention of the one that stitched it matters. Remember? Very good. Continue. Don't forget B'orei Nefashot, Rabbi Isai.
what grade you in?
71.
So bottom line, do you do it with a knife?
Huh?
Bottom line.
You can do it with a knife according to Rav Ovadia Yosef. Yes, bottom line, yeah.
What's practical?
But not this, not this.
Ah,
This you're never allowed to because this is fixing a vessel. Here we're talking about things that were already used once.
So what's a practical use nowadays in the laundry shit?
The laundry thing, nobody, I don't know. Oh, I'll give you practical. Bechor, you went to the cleaners ever in your life? Cleaners.
yeah.
Cleaner, laundry. Mashinki, delivery, commercial.
Joe, white car? Wish. Wish, was it in your wash?
Amen.
Wash it.
Now, Bechor, after they finish laundry, they put over here, takoet bumashka, over here.
Yeah.
Can you reap this on Shabbat?
Yes.
Why?
Temporary.
Huh?
Temporary.
Oh, that's the idea. Yeah, if you need to use a knife. Why? Because this shirt was already used before.
Yes.
Yeah. By me tearing it away, I'm not making it used for the first time. Got it?
Wait, what's the question? If you could tell you what?
The laundry thing that you get from the cleaners.
I was gonna ask you.
You have that paper thing over here. Can you take it off on Shabbat? Or are you ripping right now, making the shirt usable? So here, Bechor is going to give you the answer.
Put
Oh.
temporary, this temporary one. Not for
When the laundry guy did it, what is his intention? How long that thing should stay on your shirt? For a week, for a day? As soon as you're going to pick it up, he wishes that you're going to take it off and use it, make it dirty, and come back again for him. Right? That's just going to keep the business going. If you're going to take it and leave it for who knows how long in your closet, his business is going down. He needs constantly inventory coming in.
Temporary, you can rip it.
Exactly. Since temporary, you're allowed to rip it. Can you use a knife?
Yes.
Can you use a knife?
Are you allowed to use a knife? So the answer is yes. Why? The same thing is there. Shulchan Aruch told us about the laundry that used to be back in the day, that they used to also stitch it in a certain way, temporary, and people used to take it. And on Shabbat, Shulchan Aruch says you're allowed to open it with a knife.
So what are you allowed to rip eventually? What are you allowed to?
I'm saying what are you allowed to? That's allowed, we just said.
That, anything else that you're allowed to?
I don't know. Ask me a practical question. I'll
About the
answer.
brand new shirt. Stickers.
Yeah? Tell me why. Yes, you're allowed to. Tell me why. But what did we say about the 2 shoes, Yaakov? 2 shoes have the plastic thing. Can you tear it on Shabbat?
It's meant to be separated.
Why? But it's already 2 years in the warehouse.
You have to use it. It's
Because the manufacturer, when they made it, what was their kavanah?
temporary.
Temporary.
Can I cut the plastic off the seltzer bottle?
Why not? Well, open it.
No, the plastic.
That was not meant to be removed. That meant to be remain there forever and ever. So I don't think it should be allowed. But the plastic on top, the cap, that's meant to be separated, meant to be open. It's temporary.
And it's 10%.
Yeah?
To use right away.
Yeah? You bought bamba for your children. You buy bamba or no? Bechor eats it all day.
What is bamba?
Bamba. The Israeli thing, peanut, такой для детей есть бамба. Желтый, кукуруза. Can you open that bag on Shabbat with a knife or no? Why? Temporary. It's meant that you buy it. As soon as they make it glue, you buy it and open it.
Let's have balance.
I want to rib. Like a water bottle on the tag. So I know it's my bottle. Is that allowed or not?
That thing?
Yeah.
The plastic thing?
I'm ripping it off, just making it tear, so I know it's mine.
I'm not sure. Because the plastic thing is there, not meant to be removed.
For what you repeat?
No, there's a lot of bottles.
What's the one that's considered as
Tearing it.
tearing is no use, right?
For use. Huh? It's useful so you're going to be able to know, indicate that it's his.
He's not using that specific, just
If he wouldn't tear it, he wouldn't use it because you're always going to have a doubt if somebody else drank from it.
that's considered a use.
Of course. You cannot drink the water without it.
There is Zohar, pronounced?
Same thing.
Zohar.
Yeah. Open the tea bags, tear them.
And then take the tea bag out.
Yeah. Why? You tell me why.
Because it's meant to be used. It's temporary.
So when a manufacturer when they glued it together, what was their intention? That Yitzchak is going to come buy it as soon as possible and open it as soon as possible and use it as soon as possible, so you're going to come and buy again.
So that's pretty much everything.
So I
When
did
it comes to food, when it comes to food, well, clothes,
And it, yeah,
food related.
yeah, kada kam there. Yeah.
I don't know. But every time I was drunk,
Amazon packages. Bechor got Amazon package on Shabbat.
all day, every day.
Can Bechor open it on Shabbat or no? Namukce. Let's say it's closed. Shoes.
Any bag that comes.
А, Бехор, allowed or no? Это когда человек не слушается Диврей Тора, так получается.
You only got
Are you allowed or no?
Allowed what?
Open Amazon.
Yes.
А?
Пока он пришел, пока он ушел. Может, вам надо это юзать?
Now what about tearing?
Carrying what?
Tearing the box.
How else are you gonna do it?
Huh?
No problem.
When Amazon manufacture glue it.
No, вино закрыто. На шаббат. Вы же можете его открыть и долить и пить. То же самое по-
Very good.
How about the Tacoma?
Huh?
Came out of the Tacoma, no?
Huh?
Lexus или Toyota?
2000 ammo.
Toyota.
Outside at home. So we learned that anything that being distributed by Amazon.
VIP.
Бехор, сейчас та морковка будет вместе. А, я думал, в штаны дырка стала.
Извините.
Any Amazon package?
Зажглась. Бехор, where are you going?
Ну, сейчас машину проверим.
Any Amazon package you were saying?
Any Amazon packages that comes to you on Shabbat was already within the territory of within your eruv, within the 2,000 amot of within the city territory before Shabbat. Do you know how Amazon works or any other USPAs, all these type of places? I mean, the way I was told, I'm not into that business. That people told me that they have a distribution centers. The one for USPS is located across 71st Synagogue. There's a big USPS over there. That's a distribution center for them. So things you order from Israel, from Texas, from Gorilla Hat, from whatever it is, they come there. And then early morning they start distributing into their trucks and goes by zip codes. This truck goes to zip code, and this is the package to there, and like this being distributed. So on Shabbat morning, this guy drives the package on Shabbat and he's putting it by your door. Where was it when Shabbat came in? By 71st for steals. So it's within Queens. So it's not coming outside the territory, outside the home of Shabbat on Shabbat. It was already within the home when Shabbat came in. So the question of outside the home is not applicable to these packages because within the Queens, it's within that home. So the only question we're left off with is opening the package, tearing. So we just learned that temporary stitching you're allowed to open.
Temporary box also?
So gluing is a derivative of stitching, because what stitching does, takes two components and makes them together. What is gluing does, taking two components and makes them together. So we're going to learn that gluing and stitching are similar. The derivative, the gluing is derivative tolada of tofer. So if gluing, stitching temporary allowed to open, so too it's hag temporary glue you'll be allowed to open.
What does that have to do with the roof being
Because you have
for
two,
Shabbat?
you have two problems on Shabbat with the packages. One is it if right now I have,
If it comes before Shabbat? Or
if right now I have my, I don't know, something, my book I have in Long Island. I was giving a class on Friday and I was rushing out, forgot my book over there. I need that book very much for something on Shabbat. Can I ask the goy, or even if I didn't ask the goy, a goy drove it by himself, I didn't say one word to him. He drove it in to Queens from Long Island, far Long Island. I don't know what you call these places. Great Neck is pretty close, but let's say far further than that. Go to Lahat, turn
Long
left.
Beach.
Over there.
Let's say he brought it to you before Shabbat or on Shabbat?
On Shabbat he brought in. I didn't say one word to this
He
guy.
left it outside in a closed box.
No, he brought it to your home. He said, listen, Yitzchak, yesterday you were by me, you gave me a class, all this.
Okay.
I felt so sorry. You said you need that sefer so much, this book so much. I feel so sorry, it's in my house. So I did you a favor, here, I bring it to you. I brought it to
He
you.
brought it to you on Shabbat.
Can you use that book now on Shabbat? Halacha says no. Why? Shabbat came in, it was outside of your reach. Not within your reach, outside of your reach. You could not even walk there on Shabbat, not physically, halachically, even if you're a very strong guy and walking long distances on Shabbat, you're not allowed to. So since it was outside your reach, you're not allowed to enjoy it when it became within your reach. So now question is, your Amazon package that you ordered from Texas on Friday came to Shabbat morning. How is that allowed? The answer is, when Shabbat came in, it was already within Queens distribution centers. So now all they do on Shabbat morning, they put it in those cars, the trucks, and they go by the zip line.
Daily?
Why?
Famidim bechol. That's why there is no problem with the Amazon packages.
But it wasn't in your reach. It was in the center, whatever.
So when Shabbat came in, where was it? Within the
It was in
Shabbat
the
came in, where was it?
You live here, it's the 71st.
Good. Can you walk halachically? Can you walk to Forest Hills on Shabbat? Walk, not carry nothing.
Zor, sure.
Yeah,
So it's within your reach.
exactly. So when Shabbat came in, it was within my reach.
That's a,
Nachon. So that's why it's not a muktzah item. It's not a muktzah because it was within my reach.
that's what.
Halachically. Because halachically I could have walked to Forest Hills and get it. The guy made my life easier, drove it in his truck and brought it to my house. That's his problem. He could have walked to my house. He could have taken bicycles to my house. For his comfort, he chose to drove it into my house. Because it was within my reach. I could have physically go there on Shabbat and take it. I could. But whenever the guy drove it from Long Island, Goy Lahat turn left over the exit 20, I don't know which exit far place. 55. Then even if I'm a very strong guy and I can walk for hours, I will not be allowed to because outside my reach.
So let's say there's no Eruv in between there, so it's not in your reach anymore, right?
2,000 amot for the end of that Eruv.
So you can't open that time, there's no Eruv.
And is
Not
this,
boom, I'm talking Eruv.
There's no Eruv.
Doesn't matter, yeah.
So it's just the chum.
Because we have Karmelit today, it's not public domain.
I have a question.
Yeah, last one we gotta do Zohar.
If an expensive package comes, it says Mokseh, and they drop it in the lobby, apartment building, can you take it to your house? It's Mokseh, you can't move it.
It's Muksa item?
Mokseh, say phone came.
A phone came. Phone came on Shabbat, you're not allowed to carry it regularly, but you will be allowed to carry it. Beshinu. You have to make big shinui.
Это первое, а это еще экспрессив, если кто-то заберет, потеряет деньги.
True, that's what I allowed it to him. Beshinui, abnormal way. Okay? Very good. We almost finished this. Okay, Blina, the next time. This is okay. Just one line. Number 8 is one line. 2 yogurts. Are you allowed to separate them on Shabbat or no?
Yes.
Attached yogurts.
Yes.
Those boxes of the yogurts. Are you allowed to separate them on Shabbat?
Separate.
The 2 yogurts. Коробки ихни.
Они вместе, да.
Not
Why are you allowed to?
Потому что хотите выпить,
So what?
Yeah, from their
That's the
intention,
answer.
Their intention was
Because whenever the manufacturer glued them together, the intention was that the consumer will buy it immediately and separate them. So we learned that the concept of separating, untying, ungluing only applies whenever it is a long-term item. Right now, I want to take off this thing from the wall.
No.
I love this color. I want to say to my wife, John, next time we're painting our house, this is the color.
No.
So which color? I'll bring you a sample. I take it off of the wall, bring it to our home. Can I do that on Shabbat? Why not?
It's not
Whenever they
temporary.
glued this over here,
It's not temporary.
they glued it. Le'olam
Hold on,
va'ed.
even if it was temporary, you wouldn't be allowed to, probably.
If it was temporary,
Yeah.
if it was temporary, it's allowed. I'm saying as far as gluing. Here you're not allowed because of the laws of building problems.
Yeah.
Soter, bonnet, something else. But in the movable items, the problem will be only a question of untying, ungluing, unstitching, this type of things. So Rabbi Yosef says, if it is for temporary time, no problem to unglue it, untie it, unstitch it. Baruch Adonai le'olam. Amen.